Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Spellbinder's small die of the month is absolutely adorable. I am a big fan of reading, so anything that is book related is right down my alley. So let's get started with this sweet bespeckled owl. The owl and the wings have been cut from craft cardstock. I've also die cut the owl from black sheet foam so it can be popped up on the card. Working with the small detail blending brush, I'm adding some walnut stain to the wings to add a little bit of definition. I'll also be adding in some highlights with white pigment ink. This die cut will add some detail to the right-hand side of the owl's head. I'm adding some white pigment ink to highlight the tuft and on the inside edge walnut stain. I love adding the die cut details in. It just brings the image to life. White ink was also added to the tuft on the other side of the owl's head, and now I'm highlighting the breast. Switching over to a narrow blending brush, definition is added to the owl's neckline, and then I'll go back to that round blending brush and just smooth it out. And then I'll finish up by adding a little bit of shadow area to the bottom of the owl. It's then ready to be adhered to the foam die cut. When I die cut the black foam, I did have some of those small little die cut pieces from the breast actually come out from the foam die cut. Thankfully, it was only about 3 or 4 and I was able to pop those back into the foam owl. I wanted to make sure that those little die cuts had a black background to really make them stand out. There's a score line on the larger wing that shows where to line up the smaller one on top of it. This wing will go on the right-hand side of the owl. And I've die cut the scarf and its little tail piece out of pink cardstock, and there are some score lines to show where the little cream colored stripes are placed. Using the same pink cardstock that was used for the scarf, the little pink cheeks are added in. And then on goes his little black beak, and he's looking super cute. Scarf will be adhered using the small size of white foam squares. And of course I realized after the fact that that little detail piece that goes on the side of the owl's head should have gone on prior to the scarf, but I was able to easily pop up the one end, slip it in, no problem. These next 2 die cuts add some cute detail to the owl's eyes. I'm going to use some of that walnut stain again just on the one end to really make them stand out. They're going to look like little eyelashes, super cute. And they won't look like much at this point, but when the eye goes on, oh my goodness. The black detail of the eye is added to a white oval. And once they're together, they're ready to pop onto the owl, and look how cute that looks. And this owl is wrapped up with the addition of his claws, with one being added to the back of the body and the other one in front. Oops, not quite done. Who could forget those sweet spectacles? And there should be a wing on the left-hand side, but die cuts have a way of escaping from me, but I found it and it went on later. So I've just put together the little seal that I'm going to have sitting on the back of the envelope that the owl is going to be eventually holding. The book that the owl will be standing on has also been die cut from pink cardstock. I like to repeat colors in a design. It helps to unify it. The book's pages and the detail on the front cover have been cut from gold foil cardstock. And these last 4 die cuts are teeny tiny, and a jewel picker makes it a lot easier to get them in place. These detail pieces are different, which is why I had them laid out to their corresponding corners. 2 consecutive dies from the Essential Stylish Ovals die set were used to cut cream and black cardstock, as well as black sheet foam. The cream cardstock is being lined up on the 3D embossing folder of the month, Classic Backdrop. I like to have the design details top to bottom and side to side the same. It is then adhered to first the black foam die cut and then centered onto the black cardstock die cut. After the book and owl have been adhered to the embossed background, I like to put some weight on it. This will ensure that there's good contact with the raised area of the embossed background. I'm incorporating a sentiment from the Glimmer of the Month sketch lines. 4 sentiments are on one plate. They've been done up in Aura hot foil on black cardstock. Coordinating die was used to cut the sentiments and black sheet foam. Now the final steps in pulling this card together. Like the oval, a panel of A2 size cream cardstock was also embossed and adhered to an A2 size card base. The oval panel is temporarily in place so that the sentiment can be positioned beneath it. And all that's left to do is to adhere the oval panel to the card base. Spellbinder Small Die of the Month Wise Owl is absolutely adorable. I just love all of those sweet details. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making this sweet card. As always, I appreciate your visit.